We're in our 9th year of doing this program, Southern Style, and at least once a year I try to bring Mike Miller over here because he is just a wealth of knowledge. Knowledge you won't find anywhere else in the Grand Strand about shark's teeth and fossils and even oysters. Meet Mike Miller, and he of course represents Trader Bill's Shark Tooth Cove at the Gay Dolphin. And I love going in there. As a matter of fact, every time I have company during the summer, Mike can tell you, in I come because it's like a museum. I mean, you really have something that no one else on the beach has.
That's true. The shop has been there for well over 30 years there in the Gay Dolphin. My father-in-law, who was Trader Bill, he started the business about 35 years ago with the plotter's son, Buzz, coming down there and found a shark's tooth on the beach, and he brought it in and wanted to have it wired up. And that's what we specialize in. People find their own shark's teeth on the beach. They'll come into the shop. We'll wire it up, make a piece of jewelry, and personalize it. It makes for a nice souvenir of their trip to Myrtle Beach.
What's the most unusual thing you've ever done with a shark's tooth?
Well, we've made anklets, earrings, necklaces, of course, bracelets. One of the unique things that we do when people come year after year with their teeth to be wired, we'll put it on a bracelet, and such as this right here. And we'll keep wiring the teeth. Each year they come with the teeth that they find, we'll keep adding to their bracelets. And I've made a bracelet that had as much as 400 teeth on the bracelet. They keep coming year after year.
400 teeth? Where do you find these? Now, I have found a few, but I know people who go out and they're just starving to find one, Mike, and haven't been able to.
Well, the best places to look for the teeth is right along the surf where the shell line has washed up. The fresh shell line, they'll wash up about 2 or 3 hours after high tide is usually the best time. And what I generally tell people to do is to walk along the beach and make a zigzag motion between the top of the shell line and the surf. And if they'll walk in a Z fashion going up and down the beach like that, I think that'll increase their chances of finding the teeth. And they'll be running amongst the shells, look for something real shiny and black and triangular in color. The shark's teeth can be all different colors. They can be black, gray, brown. They tend to take the color of the rock and sediment that they're buried in.
But yet here we have one that's totally white. I've never seen white shark's teeth like this.
Well, those are real unusual. The white teeth come from live sharks, and those do not wash up on the beach. You do have to catch a shark to get those and boil the jaw and to get the teeth out. But you can find fossilized teeth that are real light in color, but those aren't the fresh ones. The fresh ones will be perfectly white.
You were telling me that when the beach is really, really busy is when you find the most because they're kind of scurrying them up to the surface?
That's right. When you've got a lot of people on the beach and they're walking on the beach, they'll tend to kick up the sand, and consequently there'll be more shells and increase the chances for finding more teeth.
Where on earth did you find this one? And don't tell us the Grand Strand everyone will be checking out of the motel.
That particular tooth came from a great white shark. Scientists have told us that particular tooth would have probably come from a shark 60 to 80 foot long, way back in prehistoric time. And occasionally you find this size tooth on the beach, but most of them are quite a bit smaller than this.
Thank goodness. I mean, really. Can you reach over and hand me that since I cannot reach that? Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Check this out. Also not from the Grand Strand?
Not from the Grand Strand.
Good.
No. This particular jaw came from a great white shark. And this is quite unusual. There's not many places that have a great white shark. And the teeth are very razor sharp. They're very hard to come by. And if you'll notice, too, modern-day sharks have anywhere from 2 to 7 rows of teeth in their jaw.
I can see that. I wonder if I can show that to the viewers. There's layers and layers in here.
But the only layer you see is the front edge. If you happen to get close enough to a shark, you only see the front edge. You can't see the back teeth. But what sharks do, they'll shed a whole row of teeth every 8 days. And the next row comes up in its place.
Quite amazing. No doubt about it. You've got a few fossils over there. Let's see what we've got here. If you can reach over and hand those to me. This, let's see, is this a tooth?
That is a horse tooth, a fossilized horse tooth. And again, scientists have told us that the age of this is anywhere from 600 to 800,000 years old. And horse teeth today look very much like this. The biting surface is on the top there, the other side, right there. That's the biting surface. And a lot of times people will find these on the beach too. They're just not only shark's teeth, but you can also find fossils.
And sometimes you see things and you don't even know that they're really quite valuable.
That's right. We try to tell people to bring anything that they think's a fossil down to the shop, and we'd be glad to tell them exactly what they found.
I probably would have walked right over this and never thought anything about it. What is it?
A lot of people call these turtle heads, but they look very similar to a turtle head.
Sure
But what
do.
this is an inner mold of an arch shell. Rock and sediment have gone inside an arch shell, solidified, and the shell is broken away and left as cast or deposit. You usually find these a little bit smaller than this particular one. And that is an alligator tooth or a type of whale tooth. Again, the ones you find on the beach are about that size and maybe just a little bit smaller. And when people find something like this on the beach, they think they're shark's teeth, but shark's teeth have a flat surface to them, whereas the alligator tooth has a round top to it.
Fascinating. What about turtle teeth? I mean, all these turtles have been washing up on the beach. I just wonder, do turtles have teeth worth finding?
I don't know.
That's a loaded question, isn't it? Well, I'd rather you tell me you don't know than make up a crappy answer. But I mean, you know, there were several turtles washed up on the beach the other day, and I was thinking about that, you know, whether turtles have
You do
teeth.
find turtle shell, which is that smaller piece that you got there. That's a fossilized turtle shell. It has a little bit of porous sides to it, and the top of the way you can tell a turtle shell is it'll have segments. You can see little segments on right there that distinguishes it from to be a turtle shell.
And it's fossilized, obviously.
Exactly.
Been around for a long time. Check this out, friends. It's rather heavy, too.
That is a mastodon tooth enamel, or actual tooth. It comes from an elephant, again fossilized, 600 to 800,000 years old, and you generally find just the edges of them right here, right along the edge. The actual enamel itself is what you mostly find. It's shiny and black, and people pick those up on the beach.
And it's very heavy. I'd say this is probably 7 or 8 pounds, easy, easy. All right, let's see, Mike. I'll see if my microphone's going to reach over there to that one. One of us can grab that. There you go. Oh, thank you,
This
sir.
is another type of elephant, a mammoth a molar. This is an actual tooth from a mammoth. And the difference here is the mammoth has ridges for teeth, whereas the mastodon, they're cusps. They're almost cone-shaped. Again, you find slivers of this on the beach. This is a rather large specimen here. That was actually found on the beach. Both those pieces that those elephant pieces were found on this beach. Which brings to mind something else that we have at the shop. We have a very unique whale rib bone down there. It's about 8 or 9 feet long that was found on the beach by a gentleman that his name is Jim Callahan, and he was one of our winter residents at the time, and now he lives here. He's quite a beach collector down towards the state park area.
It's nice to collect things, but it's nicer to collect them when there's somebody in town who knows what it is you found. And, I mean, you could just find a bone that looks kind of fossilized. It could be an old Kentucky Fried Chicken bone. So do you all have experts up there who can pretty much look at these things
sure
and analyze?
There's always someone there, myself or Tom Pierce, Fran Swan, and see which ones still have the pearls in them.
I'm probably going to cut my hand and need stitches, and this is a live show, so we don't want to. But in other words, when they raise these, they make sure that there's a pearl in every one of them?
Exactly. I only buy the ones that have been x-rayed and determined that they do have pearls inside of them. They can range in size anywhere from 5 millimeters to 9 millimeters.
You can tell I'm not affluent in doing that. Up, got through. Okay,
Somewhere
let's
in
see.
there.
There is a pearl in. Oh, I see it. Now they really did. This pearl is really this is really made by this oyster, or
It
did they?
really is. Cultured pearls means that man has actually put the irritant inside the oyster.
See if I can show everybody.
There we go.
You see it? There's my little pearl. It's beautiful. I had no idea the pearls actually came out looking this beautiful.
That's one of the things that most people say when I pop the oyster open and get the pearl out, and everybody says, ooh, you know, because they don't realize that they're just that shiny. The ones you buy in jewelry stores are the same kind of pearls as these that we have on the oyster.
Very pretty. I just figured they came out in some sort of rough form, Mike, and then you had to actually, smooth them down or take them to some jeweler and have them made lovely.
Yes, it does. They come in different colors, too. The pearls can be black. We have quite a few of them that have come out that are black pearls, and of course those are are a little bit more unusual and more valuable, the black pearls. They can be creamy color, white, pink.
And look at how pretty, all this jewelry. Check this out. Now, somebody got lucky.
And got 2 pearls
and
in their oyster.
And got 2 pearls in their oyster.
That happens occasionally. And one of the unique things about my jewelry, all the jewelry that you see here, I make and design out of wire. But one of the unique things about it is the fact that I drill a hole all the way through the center of the pearl and put my gold wire through it, and that way you never have to worry about the pearl ever coming out of that setting. One of the only places in the United States that makes jewelry this way, where they go all the way through the pearl. Most people just glue it on a peg.
So you will not lose it.
Exactly.
And all of the pieces are so attractive. Now this piece is beautiful. I can see you've used a little more gold here.
Right. That's one of our little bit more ornate ring with all the different gold balls around it. Beautiful.
So I mean, there you have it. This is something unique and clever that only you're doing. I mean, I don't know of anyone in town doing this sort of thing.
No.
So let's invite everyone down. What sort of hours are you keeping now? Are you keeping 24 hours a day down at Trader Bill's, Mike?
No, not right now. We're 9:30 in the morning till 11:30 at night during the week, and on Friday and Saturday we're up until 12 o'clock at night. And there's someone there all the time making jewelry, and I'm usually there.
And so is everyone else. They're all down there, and they're all great folks. Stop on over and visit Mike Miller at Trader Bill's Shark Tooth Cove at the Gay Dolphin Ocean Boulevard here in Myrtle Beach. Thanks for being with us,
Thanks,
Mike.
Diane.
Fascinating. And I'll probably smell like oysters for the rest of my life. Stay with us, friends. We're coming right back.